This is the Chris and Aaron Show with Kristen, Zach, and Aaron Camaro.
You guys already talked about it?
No, I literally just walked in the door, so we're gonna basically just go ahead and record your part of the show, and then we'll do the intro with the Vinny stuff after this, because I know you've got it. I know you're pressed for time.
No, and I also knew that I thought you guys already recorded the Vinny thing.
Not yet.
Well, before we get started, let me ask you, do I have your permission to get on YouTube and bash the guy?
Say whatever the fuck you want, man. I don't care.
All right. Well, look, give me just a quick synopsis. What the fuck? I mean, this is what Ian told me. If there's anything you want me to add, Ian told me that you were on the Kiss Facts board. Somebody said that you were Vinnie Vincent's Tupperware guy that was an administrator that's not there anymore. So that started this whole shit, right?
I think I'm going to leave that part out of this because...
Do you think that's separate in circumstance?
I don't... That's one of those circumstantial things, and Julian Gill owns Kiss FAQ, so I'm trying to save him from a whole bunch of bullshit. So
see, there you go. I need to know what to say, dude. I don't want to say anything wrong.
Well, I told Ian not to mention that part. All right, well... No,
we didn't talk about it. Okay. We didn't talk about it on our show, so don't worry about it.
Well, so, yeah, that happened, but I think I cleared that up as it was. But, like, I sent a long... I cleared it up with Randy, and I sent a long email to Vinny about it, but he never responded. So I was already kind of like, I hope I'm not on bad ground with Vinny now over this. But essentially all it was is the Kiss FAQ, and like a lot of message boards, the moderators will assign some snarky title under your name.
It's retarded.
Well, right, that's what it was. But Vinny's looking up shit about himself on fucking message boards, which is, it's over now if he's doing that. And
he was bound to find something eventually on you, Sinzak.
Yeah, well, there's plenty to find if he just listens. But no, there was that. But then, so I was already kind of like worried about that. And then I sent some poster designs to Randy on Monday, and he said those look cool. And I said, can you check with Vinny? And he said Vinny loves both designs. So I'm like, okay, things are okay. And then Randy also on Monday asked me about ticket sales for his appearance, and ticket sales have not, it's fucking 3 months away, but ticket sales haven't been great. It was like 39 sales or something like that. But when you charge $50 an autograph and stuff, that still adds up to like $2,500. So that's where tickets were, and Randy said okay. And then, like, last week, Vinny had made 3 separate posts on his Facebook page about the 3 events he had coming up: our expo, the fanboy thing in Knoxville, and the Kiss Cruise thing that he's doing in October. And
that was after the talk about the Tupperware party thing.
No,
right?
It was before.
Okay,
he posted that stuff. But then, so on Tuesday, I wake up and I see that those 2 other event posts are still there, but Vinny's removed mine. And I was like, uh-oh. So I emailed Randy that morning and I said, hey, I saw that poster's removed. Should I be concerned? And he sees the message, but he doesn't respond to me all day long. So I'm like, fuck. And then, we're getting into June now, and I'm getting ready to, pay for his security detail and, buy materials to do his enclosed space in the room that we're going to have and everything. So I'm like, before I sink a bunch of money in here, if he's, doing this vague shit, I got to make sure he's coming. So I send a message and basically say, I'm wondering if you're reconsidering being a guest because of all this stuff, and I need to know that you're definitely coming. So he responds and he goes, at this juncture, I'm going to need a guarantee and a deposit to secure my appearance. And if that sounds agreeable to you, get in touch with Randy and he'll give you numbers. And initially I messaged Randy and I said, well, this wasn't what we agreed to, but what are the numbers? And then I got more angry as time went on. And then I was just like, you know what? This is ridiculous. And I put it up in the planning group for the other podcasters because they all deserve to know too. And it was pretty much a unanimous fuck this guy, and that's how I was leaning anyway. So I messaged back and I said, while I understand your need to have a guarantee, this isn't what you told me 2 months ago, and I've been hyping you for 2 months, and now you're wanting to change the terms, and that's not agreeable to me, so I wish you the best of luck. So I canceled him. He didn't cancel us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
I guess
I'm glad to know that it was the other way around.
Well, I guess he assumed that, he thought he had me on the hook because he agreed to do it for free 2 months ago. I start hyping it, and he figures, well, he's a fanboy, and he's already invested a bunch of announcements and money into this, so he'll just go for this. Well, no, I'm not.
Ugh.
So
can I bring up that part?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna.
I'll bring that part.
No, I'm bringing it up on my show.
Okay. All right, cool.
Because
you know when I if I put a video on Almost Human, it just says "fuck Vinnie Vincent." You know that shit'll be 1,000 hits in less than 24 hours.
Well, when are you doing the video?
I'll probably do it Saturday. So you tell me when to put it up. I'll put it up after you.
Okay,
you talk about it if you want.
Yeah, let me get. Well, as long as we can get this recorded with you tonight, I want to have Decibel Geek up by Sunday night.
Yeah, I'll wait till yours is broadcasted, then I'll do it the next day.
Okay. I mean,
I'll put a link. I'll put a link to your podcast. That way, I'll say in the video, for all the details, click below and see what the fuck he did. Okay. And matter of fact, I won't go into it. I'll let you do the talking. So he did some fucked up shit. If you want to know all about it, click down below. That way, I don't even have to say anything. But I can just say he's a fucking asshole. Fuck him. I'm not defending him anymore. He can kiss my ass and blah, blah, and then click below, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's like I'm at a point where I'm like, what he wants is not out of line, but it's out of line 2 months after the fact, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he should have been up front.
Yeah, tell me up front that you need money. Because I never would have announced him if I'd known he was going to ask for this.
Right, yeah, you don't save that shit and spring it on somebody later on.
All right, now I got another question. We'll get started because, I know I got to go. Yeah. When you talk about Vinny, when this airs, it's going to be before my 6 songs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Because one of my 6 songs has to do with Vinnie Vincent being a scumbag.
Oh, great.
All right.
All right, dude, let me just grab some water and we'll get started, all right?
All right, cool.
Be right back.
Turn off the AC. This should be fun. Dude, my phone has been blowing up.
I bet it has.
You saw he banned me on Facebook today.
Yeah, I checked myself, see if I was banned. I wasn't, not yet.
Fucking asshole.
Not yet.
Can you pull
after this? I'm sure.
There, I got it. It's good.
The only reason I'm not banned is because he can't remember my name.
Chad Lee called me today.
I told you so.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. Well, he was nice.
Are you been getting a lot of those? I told you so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I kept thinking too. Is like everybody told us so.
Yeah, but I could also say, and I knew it was probably going to happen.
Yeah, but we gave it a shot.
All right, guys, I'm ready when you are. By the way, I love you guys.
What, we love you
I listen to you religiously.
We love you too.
I'm like a fanboy.
Oh man,
Aaron Camaro.
So, are we going to know?
I wish I was the Huh?
Are we going to be familiar with these? At least the artists you're going to be spinning.
Some of them, most of them actually.
Okay.
Let me look at the list again. If you want me to tell you the list of the bands.
You want to know, Aaron?
Run it.
I listen to you guys religiously, so I know what your listeners would like.
Okay.
So I didn't pick nothing thrash or nothing too crazy. I picked a couple metal songs, rock and roll songs, and a pop song.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy, a pop
all right.
song.
And I think you're well. This is what this show's about. I want to show people songs that they want to hear, so I figure this is what your listeners might want to hear.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, you ready to
wing it? Yeah. You ready?
All right. I'm ready when you are. Thank you so much. It's been an honor, guys.
Awesome, man. That was great.
Thanks, man. When we got it.
Thanks, dude.
We got it in during your time frame too. That's awesome. We knocked that out easily.
Yeah, great. I got a half hour to spare, so
you're like a pro.
And
it's like doing it with a professional. We could learn something from this guy.
And then I'm going to be laughing at Chris there when he listens to Donnie Iris going, "Man, that's really good. Yeah, you goofed on him, huh? Now you like it, huh?
Come on, man. When in Rome,
You're going to love that. Aliyah, go listen to it. It fucking rules.
I'm looking forward to checking it out.
I know that, but I can't picture in my head how the song goes.
Oh,
Aliyah, here it comes again. It's really good. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Before we let you go, I confirmed this, but it hasn't been announced yet. The pre-party concert is going to be Tora Tora and Frank and Punky of Angel.
Yes, Ian told me this,
Awesome.
but you know me, I'm very quiet.
good
Ian
to know.
tells me everything, but he scorns.
Nice.
You got to remember, man, Ian is a big mouth, but he tells this guy that tells nobody.
Okay.
I knew about the Vinnie Vincent way before it was announced.
Right.
I knew about the corn guy. I knew about everything,
Yeah, well,
but
Ian's
I
one of
stay
the-
quiet.
Ian's one of the people I kind of leak stuff to a lot.
Ian knew about it before Chris did, so
Yeah,
we
but,
all found out that.
And I believe Ian only tells me. Ian doesn't tell anybody else because he knows I ain't going to say nothing.
Well, and I'm also setting up
Right on.
an after-party concert that you guys are going to MC and Black Heron's going to play at.
Yes, I'm very. Thank you so much.
Right on.
Because those guys are listening to the show and they were telling Ian. Oh, and when Ian first told me about it, I was like, oh man, I hate when people send me music.
Yeah.
And then I heard, I was like, damn, these guys are really good. So then they're like, oh, we want to play Rock and Pod too. I go, well, I'll talk to Chris. And I'm glad you booked them.
cool.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, dude, I couldn't... you can't help but appreciate their enthusiasm for the whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and I very much look forward to that. Yeah, and Ian also told me, and it's gonna that we cannot say bad words at the pod. So I'm like, how the fuck's that gonna work?
Well, that's at the expo.
So that,
Right. That's why you guys
yeah.
are hosting the whole other
Yeah,
thing yourselves.
You can let it fly at the after party.
yeah, he told me that. Yeah, we're gonna MC and say everything we want, but at the thing, I go, well, you're gonna have to get duct tape because fuck is that is part of my vocabulary,
Yeah.
And are we going to do a panel? Because I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, you mean like no? Well, I mean, it's just got to have you guys talk in between the bands and say whatever you want.
No. I'm talking about at the expo.
Oh, BJ and I kind of made the decision that we're going to have podcasters moderating panels, but the panels will revolve around the guests this year.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I don't think I can do that this year. Because we'll get. I heard the whole deal. The guy's being a prick about it. And I don't want to get the shit shut down because I know myself. And Ian, forget it. He's even worse because he ain't gonna remember. He's all blacked out during it.
I know. But I mean, I'm expecting it to do well enough this year to where we can secure like a hotel ballroom with an extra room next year and do it our way.
Nice.
All right, cool. I'm sure to bring dildos and everything next year.
I think I just lost your phone number, Ralph.
We call this one the Red Rocker.
Oh, gee. Well, if Anvil can get away with it, you can too, I guess.
Exactly.
Even more so.
Well, again, guys, thank you so much, man. And I look forward to this. As I said, I will wait till it's up. That way, when I make the video, I'll put a link.
Cool. Thank you.
And I'll I think that's the best way to do it. Me going on and alluding to what happened.
Yeah.
So then people will be like, well, what the fuck happened? Let me click down there,
Yeah, well, I appreciate
And
it. I've already kind of opened my big mouth to a number of people, though, so it's going to be out there anyway.
Well, this will be for everybody else.
Yeah, but I'd like to get more.
But trust me, I mean, it's like 6,000 subscribers, and every time, if I put up a video that says "fuck Vinnie Vincent" as the title,
it'll be everywhere.
That shit's gonna get so many hits.
Yeah. Blabbermouth in a video entitled "Fuck Vinnie Vincent." Ralph Vieira says. Oh man, well, what are you guys recording tonight?
Van Halen 2 with Bill Wang.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ian's already sloshed by now.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Well,
I'm here on H2O.
Give my best to both of them.
Yeah, mine too.
All right, guys. So have fun and record what you got to record, bro. And also do me a favor because sometimes I'm not on Facebook enough. That send me a little message on Facebook to let me know when the podcast is up, so that way I can make that video. Actually, I'll make the video now and not put it on public till it's up.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it.
All right, guys. All right, man. Have a great show, and I look forward to fucking August, man. It's gonna be a blast again.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Thanks, Ralph.
And thank you, guys, man. And again, I want to say thanks again for letting me go to the incredible Decibel Geek headquarters. That shit was awesome.
Oh, we'll do it again this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, dude. Awesome, guys. All right, man. Have a good one, and we'll talk soon.
See ya.
All right, see ya.
All right, dude. Later, man.
This is the responsibility of being the dog owner. Give the dog his medicine. We're in tough times with Chopper right now.
Well, you're sitting with an animal hater, so
Yeah.
but yeah.
I know.
What's going on with Chopper?
He just I'm waiting for you to tell me, just put them in some fucking Tupperware already.
Right.
Do you need any assistance with that?
Yeah. I mean,
I can also be your Tupperware assistant. Like, he's not dead yet. No, go ahead and put him in there.
Yeah.
Hater.
We'll have a party.
Now, the vet told us with Chopper, it could be any day.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Well, he's got the heart murmur. Well, first off, he's a min pin, and they live to be, on average, about 14 years old. He's 15.
Oh, wow.
And so he's got the heart murmur. He's got acute pancreatitis.
Oh, really?
That's why we had to keep taking him into the vet and getting him hooked up to the IV, and they pump him full of fluid. And then he's awesome for a day or two. Mm-hmm. And then he bogs down and doesn't want to move, doesn't want to eat,
man.
doesn't want to shit, doesn't want to piss, just wants to lay there, you know? And then, the next day he might wake up and he's all right, and he's back to normal. And, it's tough because it's hard to go do anything because somebody always has to be here with him. Because, like, for example, my cousin Mitch is getting married in Wisconsin, and everybody really, really wants us to go. Well, that dog ain't going to take that road trip.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say, hey, can you watch my dog for the weekend? Oh, by the way, he could die while we're gone.
I didn't know it was that bad for him right
now.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
I mean, man, that one night Jamie woke me up and dragged me out to the emergency vet at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was pissed and frustrated and everything all at the same time, man. It was,
Oh, man.
it was a bummer. But
So the doctor said that he didn't have a lot of time left.
because Jamie finally went in and said, okay, be honest with me. Tell me what's going on. I can take it.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, as you know, your dog is basically geriatric.
Yeah.
And, in human years, he would be pushing almost 100 years old.
That's true.
And, so you should be prepared.
Oh, man.
It sucks, because
I'm gonna be
Chopper's
really bummed
Chopper's
when
been
he
our
passes,
he's been our co-host,
Oh,
and
I
he's
love Chopper.
but Chopper's been around. I got pictures of Ace and Chopper when they're both little bitty kids,
He pretty much grew up with Ace.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
But it sucks that dogs don't get to live as long as people do.
Yeah.
And I always told Jamie from the very beginning, like, you're entering a contract now. Because the day we went to the pound and found him, I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want the responsibility of having a dog. But I love dogs, and I love having a dog around, but I just didn't want the responsibility, and I had to tell her that day. I was like, okay, you got to understand, we are absolutely going to outlive him.
Yeah.
And the day will come when we, A, see him die, or B, are forced to have him put down.
Well, I know that George Carlin put it best when he said, when you get a dog, you're essentially buying a small tragedy.
More or less.
That will happen at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's the reality of it.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, and I still, if I think about, dogs that I've had in the past, putting them down and stuff, it still bothers me when I think about it. So it's, oh my, I know you're going to be upset, but I'm really worried about Jamie.
She's going to flip the fuck out.
Because she is so attached to that dog.
They're attached to each other. They always have been. Like, since the day we brought them home.
She's probably already been getting emotional just thinking about it.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm proud of her because by going to the vet and talking to the vet that way,
she can prepare for it.
It showed that she was taking a step towards preparing for the inevitable, and before that, I think it was just a bunch of denial. And I told her, we're dishing out a lot of money for Chopper, and I do understand because I want him to be comfortable. I want him to be as good as he can be. Mm-hmm. I said, but there's no amount of money in the world that's going to keep him alive forever, and we've got to accept that,
Animals and humans, we all go at some point.
Yeah, it's true. It sucks, but it's true. So, I'm not going to be able to make it up for that wedding, which really stinks. And because I was his godfather, I was, his sponsor, and he was a little bitty kid when I was little, or they let me be his godfather when I was 13, which is pretty damn cool because that's pretty rare. Yeah. But they, I guess, talked the preacher into it, which then years later, I found out, like, there really isn't, like sponsoring and godparents, that stuff's not really in the Bible.
All right.
So, like, I wanted my friend Steve to be Ace's godparent, but then it was like, oh, well, he don't go to our church. Does he go to any church? Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't really think that's got anything to do with it. And they're like, oh, no, because the idea of picking a godparent is somebody that will carry on their Christian upbringing should something happen to you.
That's the basis for it, yeah.
And I get that,
Yeah.
but I always looked at it more like if something happens to me,
It's who you would want to take care of.
you'll take my kid and raise him
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, there is a big deal over that. And I even laughed that day because we got up to the church. My buddy Steve's with me, and we go up to the door, and he's like, well, open the door. I was like, you do it. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, like, open the door. And so he opens the door to the church, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good. You didn't get hit by lightning. I said, I thought you were going to burst into flames or something.
Right.
But that was kind of the running joke at the time because, like, some of my weird relatives were like, absolutely not. And it's like, yeah, well, absolutely, you've got no say in this. So,
Right. Wow.
but, yeah. So
when is the wedding?
Not next weekend, but the following.
Oh, okay.
And like I told my brother today, I could go, but that would mean me driving by myself all the way up there, all the way back, and who the fuck wants to just see me?
Is
you
it
know,
like a 10-hour drive or something?
it's about 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a long fucking way.
it's a long drive. I hate it.
We're doing 8 to Kansas City
Yeah.
next week, but Kansas City is an easy drive because you direct halfway there, you hit St. Louis, you stop, you get something to eat,
Yeah,
then 4 more hours and you're there.
Right on.
It's not that bad a drive, but 12 hours that's a real haul.
I've done it all in one clip many a times, and it sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks
and you
bad.
drive through a lot of just nothing.
Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois is the worst state to drive.
Oh, it's totally the worst.
There's nothing there.
There's 2 landmarks I always think about because we don't go up through the Chicago way. We go the other way, kind of where you end up through Rockford
Mm-hmm.
and into Wisconsin. And there is a giant crucifix, like this big giant cross, and it looks like it's built out of like fancy building material, but it's this massive crucifix. And then there's a little town called Paw Paw. And they've got the electric wind powered things going on, and it's like just a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And
I've driven through
those
that.
are literally the 2 landmarks the whole drive.
Yeah, and you're right. There's nothing else.
And if you can't get excited about that, then fuck, man. Welcome to Illinois. Go through Indiana next time.
listen to a fuck ton of podcasts on the way up, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I hate that road trip though, especially if it's a weekend thing. You
Yeah.
drive all the way up to Wisconsin, you freaking party for 3 days, and then you get hungover and drive back. It's the worst.
Well, that the 28th, if you are in town, that's when the rescheduled Poison show is.
Okay, yeah. I don't think that's... Is that a weeknight?
It's a Thursday night.
Thursday? Well, it was a Tuesday last time, wasn't it? Yeah. I wonder if Metal Mike's coming back down for that.
I know he was looking to get... I was working with...
Well, he got the press pass for it, so he was coming down.
Yeah, because Amanda, who's the publicist, went through me to get it. But, well, she gave him the choice of Nashville or somewhere else, Cincinnati maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if he picked Nashville, and yeah, she was fine with him doing one of them.
Well, Metal Mike, he's the reason I actually broke down and fucking listened to 3 Sides of the Coin. That motherfucker.
What, he saying they're talking shit about
Well,
you?
no, because I made a joke to him. I was like, I sent him a text because, Metal Mike don't give 2 fucks about Vinnie Vincent.
Oh.
And so I said to him, and I would capital letters, so I'm so sorry about the whole Vinnie Vincent thing. You're still coming, right? Just kind of be
to
funny
fuck
with
with
him,
him.
yeah, because I know he don't give a shit.
He doesn't care.
And he's like, no, but actually right now I'd much rather just hop a plane and go bitch slap the guys from 3 Sides. I was like, what? And then I
I've
was
gotten
like,
a lot of those messages this week.
fuck, God, I don't want to listen to it, but they're talking shit. Damn it. I guess I will.
Happy to say I have not listened. Although it seems like every damn person I know that did listen has contacted me and they said this. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Well, you already got the fucking main idea of it. These guys are 3 fucking idiots.
They have an axe to grind with us, so they used it. They created an argument that is
Right.
total horseshit.
Total
and
horseshit.
decided to use it against me.
Well, and it's what I did listen to. Here's what I got out of that was these guys going about 50 times. It seemed like, well, we're honest, and the reason we do this is because we're honest, and people can count on us because of our honesty, and you might hate us, but you know what, we're really honest, and it's like, how many fucking times if there's a person who's really honest, I'll say, Chris Sinzak, he's an honest guy. Now, Chris, you don't have to go around telling people how fucking honest you are because the people that interact with you already know it. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're a person who's full of shit all the time,
yeah.
Well, that's the type of person that has to go around and remind everybody how honest they are,
Right.
Fucking assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And then talk about it, reiterate, honest, we're honest. And then they tell their fucking story and they leave out one key fact in the whole thing was that you were the one that told Vinnie Vincent, no thanks.
Yeah.
So by leaving that out, it basically they sold the narrative of you should have got a contract and Vinnie Vincent quit you guys. Well, that's not the way it went down.
Not at all.
He didn't fucking quit the Rocket Pod Expo. He was relieved of his duties because of his changed expectations.
Yeah, he wanted to renegotiate what we had agreed on, and I didn't agree with that. So I said, "Good luck to you."
Yeah.
And I was and I handled it professionally. And then he's decided to go on a middle school rant and turn me into the bully. It's pure sociopath
which totally
behavior.
backfired on him because well, now everybody's deleted.
He just made himself look worse.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. I don't know. Those guys, they just get on my nerves so fucking bad.
Agreed.
So bad.
Well, me too.
A bunch of fucking bitches that, of course they're going to pile on us because they're the number one podcast in the fucking universe and they've got more downloads and more listeners than everybody else. And, and they're the greatest, but they're the one fucking rock music podcast on the whole fucking planet that is basically nobody wants anywhere near the Rockin' Pod Expo.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much unanimous. Nobody wants these fucking jagoffs anywhere near us when we're trying to have fun.
None of us that are involved have any interest in them coming. None of us.
It got put to us this year early on. It's like, you have to choose. Would you rather have Michael Butler back after all the bullshit he pulled last year? Or would you rather have three sides? We're like, get Butler. Get him back now.
Michael's been actually really cool to deal with in the last few weeks. He does this side podcast called Mad at Dad, and they put an episode out called Vinnie Vincent is my rodeo clown, and I was like, what does that mean?
What?
So I was like, I have to listen to this now, because I'm like fearful of what he's gonna say. And Michael gets stuff wrong all the time, and he'll make little digs because that's just his way. He's a smart ass, but. Behind it all, though, he was on our side about it. And his issue was he made fun of Vinny's looks when he came back as much as anyone did.
Yeah.
And there were a number of other podcasters or people that corrected him that, hey, it's not about his looks and blah blah blah.
Right.
And he's calling out hypocrisy because he said some of those people are now taking digs at Vinny's looks.
See that's not cool. And that's why I put that Facebook message out there because I saw that, and it was just like. No, you got it all wrong. It's not that he looks like a woman. And
it has nothing to do with it. And
it's not that he dresses like Hillary Clinton. It's that he's a fucking douchebag who goes back on his word and fucked us all over. And
well, he didn't really fuck us over. He fucked himself over.
Kind of did. I mean, we were all looking forward to him being there.
It was shitty.
Ideally, he would have came in the way he did, like originally was set up. He would have sold his stuff, had a good time. We would all had a good time.
Yeah,
he would have been out there talking about his book and all this other supposed stuff he's got going on, and it would have all been great. And it could have been a whole lot of fun for everybody.
I agree.
Vinnie Vincent could have came out of it looking really fucking good.
Yeah.
In front of all the right people.
Yeah, but he came out looking like he looks. But anyway,
like I said, everybody was digging on him for all the wrong shit.
Yeah,
and talking about the dogs, which like I said, old habits die hard. How many times have we corrected people out in the streets about hey, that Vinnie Vincent shit about the Tupperware and the dogs? That's bullshit. It's not real. That the story came back out and cleared him of all that.
And I'm still finding myself correcting people.
Right,
people that are defending me, making digs about. I'm like, hey, make a dig about him being an asshole and a con artist, but don't dig into his appearance or that dog incident.
Right, because then you're basically taken away from what the real issue really is.
It's a cheap thing.
It's cheap. Right, it's cheap. It's too easy.
So what? All right. So Butler was saying how of course the way Butler is, he's like, everybody that criticized me now they're all going. How he. But anyway, but he was like, but now I'm going back to Rockin' Pod this year, and I'm thankful for Vinnie Vincent because he's taking the heat off of me. And he's like, and then his co-host goes, "Are you saying Vinnie Vincent's like your rodeo clown?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "All the podcasters are going to focus all their hate on Vinnie Vincent instead of me, so he's my rodeo clown."
And now I get the big pink table,
right? And he said, "This makes Tablegate look kind of small, doesn't it?" And I even messaged him. I'm like, the whole Vinnie Vincent rodeo clown thing cracked me up, dude. And he's like, I'm in your corner, man. It's all good.
That's funny.
I was like, cool.
Good stuff.
So I'm actually looking forward to seeing Butler. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, it's certainly given a lot of material to all the podcasts.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's talking shit about Vinnie Vincent. And then, then we see he took down his page.
Yeah.
After deleting and banning a bunch of people, which I'm bummed out because I think I was the only one that didn't get banned.
You didn't? Maybe
no,
he still likes you.
I never got banned. And so, but like I said, I think that's because he can't remember my fucking name.
Yeah, probably.
Because he had to ask me like 3 times what my name was when we talked to him on the show. But I was really looking forward to it. I was like, and I meant to do it. I wanted to take a picture of myself and Chopper and put it on his page when he called for pictures of people with their babies.
Pets, yeah.
And so I wanted to take. I had
with your Decibel Geek shirt.
I wanted to have him and me and Chopper, and then be like, "This is Chopper. He's 180 years old in human years. He's almost at the end, and all he wanted to do was meet you in Nashville at Rocket Pop."
And you ruined his dream, you bastard.
And then I was gonna do that, yeah. And then it was too late; it was gone. Somebody sent me the message, said, "Well, I guess the world has been banned."
I wish you could have done that.
Me too. I was so looking forward to that. And then I guess we can tell it here. My great idea that you shot down. I wanted to get a little person.
Give me some time, and I might reconsider.
Okay, well let me pitch it to you one more time because I just think this is fucking awesome. I think it's amazing. So. We find a little person, which I know people in the wrestling business, so it shouldn't be that hard to find a little person. And we dress him up like Vinnie Vincent. Now, we could either do it in the Kiss style or we could do it in like the Vinnie Vincent Invasion style, find him a big wig, all that stuff, and get him like a pink inflatable flying V like you used to win at the balloon games at the fair, and have him set up at the Rock and Pot Expo and come get your picture taken with Mini Vinny.
Yeah.
Kind of like Little Ozzy, I would love to get my picture taken with Mini Vinny.
Yeah, and you can even buy the inflatable guitar for $10,000.
But then he doesn't give you the guitar.
Should we get like little Beanie Baby dogs too?
No.
I wasn't making a dog joke.
I just think the whole Mini Vinny thing or the Mini Vincent. I think that's
Mini Vincent Invasion.
Mini Vincent Invasion, yeah.
What a fucking crazy week.
My wife came and brought me, because I still had a stack of the Vinnie Vincent at the Rock and Pot Expo flyers.
Yeah, I've still got a bunch too.
And it's like,
start a bonfire.
I just can't, it's hard to throw them away because it's valuable, on the back side of it is. Because it's still got some of the other Rock and Pod stuff on there, so I figured out the solution.
Okay.
You still put them out there.
Put X's through the Vinnie
No.
bar.
You just draw a Hitler mustache on them. So that's what I've been doing. I've been hanging up Vinnie Vincent posters with Hitler mustaches drawn on them.
Have you really?
Yeah, all over town.
Are you serious?
No.
I was gonna say, I need a photo of that if you are.
But what I figured I could do is I could do that and just like drop them here and there in a parking lot, like litter style. Like somebody might be walking along looking down and be like, "Is that Vinnie Vincent with a Hitler mustache? What is this?" "Oh, Rock and Pot Expo. That's awesome."
No, I've got a box full of them in my car still.
That sucks,
I've probably
man.
got at least 200 of them left.
You better get you some black Sharpies and start drawing you some Hitler mustaches on them.
Or draw Ace Frehley's makeup on top of his face.
We'll hire a helicopter to fly over Manchester and dump them out and let them flitter all over the town.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're giving away his location?
Well, everybody. Who the fuck cares now?
I don't give a shit. Fuck the guy. I mean,
if you want to go to fucking Manchester, Tennessee and fucking scour the countryside, you'll probably still never find the guy. But if you do, what are you going to do then? Borrow him $5? Try to get paid back someday?
Oh. So yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
That sucks.
See, the thing is, if he and I'll mention this on the episode. Well, I don't know. Do we want to mention him? I just want to respond to the 3 dicks and be done with it. I don't really want to mention Vinny. I think I've made the decision. We've said what we had to say about Vinny, and
but I will stand by it. So,
but I am going to mention that the contract situation. I'm going to respond to what they said.
Right, because they're fucking morons.
Yeah.
How fucking bullshit is it to be like, well, we're going to tell the truth and we're really honest, but we're going to leave this one really, really important detail that fucking changes our whole fucking narrative out purposefully. Right. Leave it out so that our story fucking jives with what our agenda is.
Did you see the post I put up about the irony of what I noticed? I said the irony of you criticizing me for taking somebody at their word while taking the same person at their word to criticize me is not lost on me. they're criticizing me for taking Vinny at his word and not getting a contract.
Right.
But instead of finding out the facts, they take Vinny at his word about how it went down and criticize me.
But by the time that shit came out, your response was up like immediately.
Well, our response was on the episode.
Yeah.
Before his whole little temper tantrum.
But they had to fucking twist that narrative. It's like, well, if we leave this one pertinent fact out of this story, it changes the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But then again, even at that, you know, what if you take that out of there? Take that fact out of there and say, okay, Vinnie Vincent quit the Expo. Just for argument's sake, Vinnie Vincent quit the Expo because you didn't have him under contract. So what happens if you do have him under contract?
Yeah, am I supposed to go to a judge and make him show up?
Right, and then he shows up at
he's a dick.
And he's a fucking asshole and causes problems and ruins everybody's good time. Is that what we would rather have? Fuck no. Fuck no.
The only reason I jumped on board with him coming to the Expo was he laid it out that he was going to do it for no money.
Yeah.
Therefore, I didn't see a need for a contract. And also, sometimes there's an advantage to me not having a contract with this guy, considering the fact that once he tried to change things, I could just say, we're done.
Yeah.
Because who knows, he could have tried to hold me to something.
Right, yeah.
Contracts do work both ways.
Sure, yeah, definitely. You know, I get the vibe that you're going to fucking show up and ruin the Rock and Pod Expo. Well, too fucking bad if I do because I'm under contract, and if you don't let me come do it, I'll sue you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think it was great that I didn't have a contract.
Yeah, it actually worked way better that we were able just to say, done, you know, with no repercussions.
Did you like my my GoFundMe promotion?
No, I guess I missed it. It's been a crazy fucking week for me, man.
I said, it's going to be better if I read it to you verbatim because I thought this was pretty funny. I did this the day that he ranted on me and called me unprofessional and a novice who didn't know what he was doing. And
that's the other thing that I didn't like about that. You know, he says, you're a novice who has no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, but you're a business mastermind.
Running the Rock and Pod Expo because there's a million other things out in the world that this has been done before. No, the Rock and Pod Expo is not a fucking Comic-Con, and it's not a tattoo con, and it's not anything. It's its own fucking thing. And if you, I hate to say it, but if you weren't there last year, you really can't really comprehend what it is, because and I've been to all these different kinds of expos. It's nothing like any of the other ones. For one, it's 10 times as fun, and two, it's just not like those other. It's unique. So you're the only person on Earth who has ever fucking promoted or organized a Rock and Pod Expo, so how can anybody come say you're doing it wrong? Who do you compare you to? There's nobody to compare you to.
Yeah.
It's not a Kiss Expo, so you can't compare you to that Derek Christopher guy. It's not a Tattoo Fest, so whoever you can't. It's just incomparable.
Okay, here it is. This was on the same day that he made the rant against me.
Okay.
And insulted me, and that I was in over my head. I didn't know what I was doing, blah, blah. I put the GoFundMe link up, and I said, please consider donating to my rinky-dink unprofessional expo, where over 25 podcasts with millions of downloads will gather to console each other. We'll also have relevant, out-of-touch guests that have sold millions of albums in attendance for appearing for no fee and enjoying being around each other and rock fans. What's wrong with these guys? Also, vendors selling great rock and metal merch. We couldn't land a greed-driven celebrity that hasn't done anything in 20 years, so there's that. It's a low-level novice event run by a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. I hope you feel charitable and contribute. Thanks.
That's funny. Good Lord.
And we got a few donations just because of that.
Really? Yeah,
people
good.
saying, fuck Vinny, I donated.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
See, and that's what I said earlier, too. If anything out of this, the number one awesome thing that came out of this...
A lot of press.
A lot of press and a lot of love, you know? And to see how many people really, truly have our backs, I mean... And it's not, I understand that, you know, people are seeing what's happening and standing up and saying this is bullshit, you know? But to care enough to stand up and say this is bullshit, I mean, that's fucking awesome.
And on somebody else's behalf.
Yeah.
Like, you know, these are people that, not just the podcast involved, because they certainly came out in droves, but, you know, listeners and people that had no skin in the game financially or whatever.
And how about Ralph's videos?
Those were entertaining.
My wife said, I said, okay, I got to go back to work. I'm on my lunch break, but I just sent you a link. You got to watch this. And she said she had to watch it twice because it made her crack up so many times watching it the first time that she had to watch it a second time to really get the gist of what she missed in laughter.
Yeah, him and Ian really need to stop holding back on how they feel about stuff.
Fucking A, those guys are awesome.
Yeah, it's if there's been one lesson learned for people that do us wrong, don't fuck with us because our friends will come after you.
Yeah, and you know, anybody that doesn't see podcasting as the media venture that it is, you know, or doesn't recognize the value and the power of podcasting, ask Vinny fucking Vincent what happened to him.
The way I view it is, you took your page down because too many people were saying stuff about you. Enjoy it while you can, because once you have stuff to put out, there ain't gonna be nobody saying anything about you, bud.
Yeah, indeed.
You pissed off a whole bunch of us that are your only media source. Is CNN gonna be promoting Vinnie Vincent's book?
No, fuck no.
Rolling Stone, ABC, NBC.
No.
Eddie Trunk is your only shot, and that's one radio show.
Right, and I mean, I like Eddie Trunk, but it seems like to me, like most of the people I talk to really don't like Eddie Trunk, or not maybe don't like him, but don't enjoy his show, you know. And I know there's some people that do, but I mean,
I think with the rise of podcasting, there's been shows, and I will toot our own horn, that can entertain rock fans as well, if not better than he can.
Yeah,
I respect him for what he did during a lot of years where no one else was doing what he did.
Right, yeah,
because he certainly flew the flag.
Yeah, when it wasn't cool to do it.
Yeah, for a long time, where other radio DJs would just write all these bands off.
Oh, speaking of Eddie Trunk, I was going to tell you about this. I saw a commercial for something on that Access TV. I don't know if you get that.
I don't.
It's pretty cool. They got like.
I just switched to AT&T though, so I might get it.
Yeah, check it out. But
he's doing like a show. TV show.
He had something going on in there, where he was talking about a concert coming up, or these are the concerts coming up on, because they show concerts and they do like classic albums and stuff like that.
Right.
But he was wearing an East Side Gamblers T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sweet.
I was like, oh,
Tony
fucking
Higby.
Yeah, look at that shirt, man. That's awesome.
They're doing their album release show in a few weeks.
I saw that. So, I'd like to go to it.
And
I really like those guys.
Yeah, I might have to go to that one.
That's a damn good band.
Yeah, they're very good. We've played them on the show.
I think, well, it was a while back now, but we did a VIP where we were at, was it Rare Hair? And Tony Higby was the one telling the story about Don Dokken and his diva-ness. If you guys remember that one. That was Tony Higby.
You saw that Don Dokken is selling $450 hats.
What?
You know that fedora hat he wears with the feather coming out of it?
Yeah.
He's selling Don Dokken signature fedora hats.
Who the fuck buys a Don Dokken hat?
Don Dokken. And then a guy he's a DJ up in the UP, up north.
Oh, nice.
Steve Ponchab.
A Youper.
Yeah, he's a radio DJ up there, but he listens to the show and everything. And
oh, nice.
I posted the picture of it, and I was just like, no. And he said, are those going to be available at Rockin' Pod? And I said, no. In fact, I've instructed security to shoot them on site if they show up.
Shoot the hats.
Yeah, shoot the hat. Somebody hates these hats.
I think you're looking for Cobra Fest. It's in the parking lot.
Yeah, where the corpse of Don Dokken is scheduled to show up.
And a bunch of hats in mourning.
Yes.
That's crazy. Don Dokken hat.
hats.
$300?
$450.
Holy shit.
For a fucking hat.
So he goes to the store where he buys his personal hats, and he says, all right, I buy these hats for $20 a piece. And now I'm going to turn around because I'm going to, write my name on the inside of it or something?
Maybe it's included with the Don Dokken hat experience or something.
Hat experience? Go to the hat store with Don Dokken. Yes. Try on hats.
Don Dokken will give you a tour of the hat.
This is the inside.
Yes.
This is where the feather goes. That's really about it.
Oh, man.
Give me my money.
Yeah. Shouldn't beat up on Don Dokken. That's mean.
I don't know.
Is he our next target after Vinny? Because I'm a hater and a fanboy.
Yeah,
I guess I'm bipolar.
That struck me as pretty funny too. How can you be both?
I had a lot of people ask, like, were asking me that. They're like, "How are you a hater and a fanboy?" And I said,
"It's that perfect middle ground."
Well, I said it depends on which personality wrote each sentence. Sorry. I should make fun of people with mental handicaps. Even if they are scumbag con artists.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I just don't know.
What, you're going to start Taking his side again?
No, I'm not taking his side. I feel bad about the whole thing. Like, it wasn't supposed to go this way.
Yeah, but if you go by history, it totally was.
Right, yeah.
This is what
well, I
he
guess
does.
this is the way it was supposed to go, but we were hoping it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
But it's what happens. I mean,
like I said last week, wherever we heard this before, oh, yeah, history.
and numerous other things, you know. I had a nice hour-long phone call with Bobby Rock about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he felt terrible about it, too. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. He's like, but I got to tell you, he's like, you are not alone. He's
Right,
like,
yeah.
He's like, he did this to so many people over the years.
Right. I know. Now we can count ourselves in the
And the
elite
club.
of the people that have been fired. I mean, you know what? This puts you on a whole different level. Like, you're up there with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley now. You are a part of that elite club that, you know,
Burned by
is
Vinnie Vincent
burnt
club.
by Vinnie Vincent, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Polo from Podcast Rock said he called me the night of the rant, and he starts giggling, and I'm like, what are you laughing about? He goes, you're famous, man. It's like, you mean infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had so many messages from people from Vinny's past going, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Including
It's amazing.
his old lawyer.
Right, yeah. I still have a hard time with that one. I mean, that guy was with him all along. It's a really weird situation.
That's the guy I called unprofessional last year.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
we had words. So it's so weird how from November of last year to now.
Oh, that was the other thing about Three Sides. When they said, because of my half-ass apology to him, they were like, oh, he apologized. He apologized to you, Michael. You know,
And
see, he was wrong.
What was Michael's response to that? He wasn't buying that.
No,
was
they
he?
were like, because I'm apologizing for is because I'm apologizing that I stood up for Vinnie Vincent, and I'm apologizing that I had like worked with Vinnie Vincent to call them liars. Like
Right.
it was a conspiracy between me and Vinnie.
That's what they're saying?
Yeah, to say that about them.
Oh, they're really
Yeah, that's really strange. Like
they're really
like,
overvaluing their importance.
damn it, Vinny! You know, you made me lie about these guys, and now look what you've done to us. That is so fucking far off, man. Like really, really far off.
Wait, they're saying Vinny had you lie about them?
Yeah. So I lied. Basically, I guess I lied for Vinny, and now I'm upset with Vinny because, damn it, man, I lied for you.
Oh God, it was a total sarcastic joke.
Yeah.
Give me
but
a
they really
fucking
wanted to take
break.
it as that was a real apology, I guess.
Oh God, not real bright, are they?
Fuck no, they are not. They're fucking morons, you know. Like all it does is take 2 seconds to compare and contrast to go,
And
okay, these guys are fucking morons who are just angry
Yeah.
because we fucking peeped them out on their fucking behavior, peeped them out on their fucking bullshit numbers, and peeped them out on being fucking douchebags.
Oh, and I had
And they hate us for it.
people that
That's okay.
were messaging with Brandvold, like trying to like convince him that, you know, I'm not the bad guy and everything,
Right.
and showing me his responses, and it's all of him saying, well, you know, Chris is a liar by connection to Aaron, and he could. It's his show too. He could have stopped it. He could have said something.
But why?
And I messaged him, and he didn't say anything to me. And he knows where to find me if he wants to apologize. I'm like, I don't have nothing to apologize for.
No.
The beef was. I mean, we acknowledged that it wound up being not all
It
three
was
of them at
just
the
one.
table.
Yeah, but they don't let that go.
I know.
That's their whole fucking
But
thing
I'm not
they hold
gonna-
on to.
I'm not gonna
They
say
won't-
I
they
didn't
won't
feel
come
the
out
way
and
I felt.
Say,
Fuck
hey,
you.
you know, we realized that, you know, Aaron accused all three of us, but it was really actually one of us. They're like, no, he accused all three of us, so his whole accusation is invalid.
Right.
You know, his accusation and a good number of the people that were there and saw it happen because of
Yeah,
this
it's not
is
just
now
us,
it's
guys.
invalid
It's
because
yeah.
you know, he called it all three when it was just one.
It's-
But it wasn't one.
It's
you know?
multiple people that told us, that
Yes.
backed us up on.
And we were standing right fucking there, and we looked at it, and we saw Omid went over there and
talked
physically
to him.
told him, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
So how can that...
But we
see-
imagined it all, Aaron. We made it all up.
God, they sure hold on to that, you know?
The funny thing is there's
Like,
yeah,
I could understand, like, if I went to the fucking Rockin' Pod Expo this year and got just shit-faced drunk and did a bunch of really stupid shit, you know, or made a fucking asshole out of myself while I was there. You know what? The next day when everybody calls me out on it, I'm going to feel terrible.
right.
And I'm going to fucking fess up to, you know, I'm sorry. I had too much to drink. I'm a fucking moron. You know, please forgive me.
I hope this isn't
I
foreshadowing.
didn't mean... Yeah, no. That's why I said last year I wasn't going to drink until a certain point because I never want to be the fucking guy because that seems like something I might do.
You don't want to drunk uncle out on everybody.
No. And by the end of it, I was pretty drunk, but I wasn't that bad.
No, but you're a happy drunk for the most part. You're not. You
well,
can.
Yeah,
be,
but
you,
then there's a fine line between funny and fun and stupid and annoying, you know.
And I've seen you cross the line.
Have you?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
Cool. That's usually a lot of fun for me.
Oh, for you.
I really enjoy myself when that happens till the next day, and then I got to face reality of the stupid shit I've done in the name of trying to be funny when I'm drunk. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got an episode to record.
Oh, yeah. Time to go give Chopper his meds.